Riverside.
Hello everybody to the second episode of the Sandbox Recap. I am Iron Guy here with a guest this time. The guest is QB or William, as I will probably refer to him more likely. Say hi, William.
Hello.
Me and William play together on the Sandbox realm, and occasionally, have we played multiplayer? Probably. And some other things.
We've
Yeah,
checked
we've
out
done.
each other's world.
Yeah, we play Minecraft together. And so that is him, and so I'll let the guest go first. What do you do in Minecraft, and what have you been doing in Minecraft lately?
Generally what I do is like building farms. I build a lot
Okay,
of
so
farms. But right now, a bunch of my friends and I have a world that we started up together. So like it's just I think 8 or 9 of us kind of just chilling in one world together. So that's pretty fun.
can tell him like what you did on the realm so far, like just bring him up to date on our realm.
On the realm, I've kind of just built my own base, which is currently a big deep slate castle. And I have a couple farms a little ways away. Not much, but
So what I've been doing since the last episode. Last episode I talked mostly about Techtopia and what I was doing on there. The village I haven't played on it as much as I was then, because I got more information from that game to play on the realm. But I have built a few more houses, got my style down a little better, even though I'm not. It's the old texture pack, which is not as good as the new one, so it's kind of a struggle to find because the building meta is not the same as currently. But I did a few things. I built some bridges and more established the village as less than a few small settlements and added some more villagers. Recently some of my villagers died, which kind of sucked, and I had to go and, find more of them. I'm still playing mostly in creative because I haven't quite mastered the mod and kind of want to do that before I started off in survival. But yeah, that's bringing you up to date what happened in there. On the sandbox, what I've been doing is I got a lot more inspiration from Techtopia on how to build different buildings and what to do. What I used to do when I built, because I wasn't that good at building, is I would always plan out my build on a flat world, which takes a really long time, and you have to build it twice, and you got to have pictures and stuff, so it's really demotivating. So now what I did is I went and got a shulker box of oak logs, shulker box of birch, shulker box of a bunch of different other things. My key, what's it called, William? The thing you have
yeah.
when you all the blocks together that you use to build. What's it called?
Preparing?
No, like your
Resource gathering?
texture pack for your build. Like you pick my group of blocks is oak, sandstone, spruce planks,
Palette.
pallet. Thank you. There we go. My pallet. So I've just gotten all those, and then I go and I place down some logs in some different corners for the houses, and then I build it up from that spot. So now I have the outline, and then I make a cool shape, and then I build it up, and then I do the roof. So everything has the same look, but it's all kind of the same, looks the same. So what I built was I built a few more houses along the port, but about one road up from the port because I want to build some port-related buildings, like a place for you to go and pay for your port spot, and maybe like some shops just closer to there instead of in the market, because the market is more like a
Mhm.
shopping district. And then, so from there, what else did I build? I built a mason because I'm planning on having a big masons district outside the village walls, which I haven't started yet. But I built a masonry, haven't built any interiors. Uh, I built a butcher shop. I'm not too thrilled with how the butcher shop turned out. because like I could try to make everything kind of have a look like, oh, that looks like it could be the inn because it's tall, it's got a second story. That could be the tavern because it's shorter, but it's still got some space. The bakery has got smoke coming out the top, and it looks like an oven kind of from the outside, etc. And the butcher shop kind of just looks like a house but a little smaller. So I'm not too thrilled with that. Um, I'm thinking I'm gonna start.
Okay, can I just
Yeah, you can hop in.
say something really quick? So I went over to your village the other day, and might I say, it was looking amazing.
Thank you.
Like, I really like how it's all filling out now. It looks really good.
Yeah, it's finally starting. It's not just one house here, one house there. We are starting to have a thing. I don't know if
Hmm.
I'd finished the temple by
For the
last
longest time, you
episode.
just had like an inn.
Yeah,
Pardon?
I don't know if I had finished the temple by the last episode, but I also built a temple on the upper side, and now I'm gonna build a church, which is like the center of the village. Um, I planned out where like how I'm gonna expand the village because you remember that map I sent you?
Hmm.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have like a Mason district. Obviously, the districts are gonna like interconnect because I want it to be a village, but this is just a rough outline. And then so I'll have the Mason district like directly. I think that would be west of the village, and then I'm gonna have south of the village is gonna be like the the more normal.
Wasn't that a bunch of farms?
No, the farms
There.
is further south. So most of the because the port goes south of
Okay.
the village, so most of that's like the bigger part. So that's gonna be like the how do I say this? The north end part of the city, if you get what I mean. Like the actually no, the north end would be like the upper city. I don't know. It's gonna be
Yeah, I'm
like
pretty sure north is up.
the rougher part of town, if you get what I'm saying. But also it's got some really rich people, a big wealth divide, I'm gonna say. So I'm gonna have some rich
Hmm.
houses right by the water, but then it's gonna go smaller shacks and dark alleys as I move away. And then south again, where we're gonna have the fishermen, like the people who use the port for fishing. They're gonna be right along. And then I think it's farmers behind the fishermen, away from the fort, but still south. They're gonna live there. And then I'm gonna have like a small fishing shack on the river, like across southwest ish. It's way bigger river. I don't know why I didn't build there to begin with, because there was a village, but I didn't really use the village. So that's a regret I have. But the
Hmm.
it's kind of rough terrain there, so I would have to do a lot more terraforming. And then north of the village is kind of a lot of trees. So that's gonna be like my lumber zone. So there's gonna be some lumber shacks and then some hunting cabins. But it's not gonna. There's gonna be some places, but it's not a plain, so it's gonna be hard to expand. So I'm gonna have less of stuff there,
Hmm.
and that's what I've got for the village. That's my plans. Mm. Oh, and then I'll have a bunch of fields and stuff because a village needs to eat. So I'm gonna have like large fields right around like the mountain that's way far south, the Savannah Mountain. Um, that's about it for what I've been doing.
Don't you have a
So
neighbor that way as well?
a neighbor. Yeah, I don't know who it is.
Yeah.
Do you know who it is?
All right.
It's probably
I thought that
Finn's brother. He's like
no,
Yoda.
no, he's up by my industrial area, like with my mob farm and tree farm.
Well, the only other person who plays is your sister.
Well, there's also two other people that were invited to the room. There was Ringette and Linky Linky Jeff.
Oh, I've never seen them on.
I haven't either.
Yeah, because I seen like a little shack, but I assumed it was someone who had built a shack, either Tyler or something, and then moved on from there.
Yeah.
But I didn't really look too much into it.
I don't know if anybody just moved out of there or if that is still something that does. Because I
Yeah,
still have advertisements up there.
yeah. I took down your advertisements in our village. They were annoying.
Yeah, fair enough. I respect that.
For my church build, so should I do like
Yep.
mainly the same palette, like the basically all oak, or should I have more of a stone base? What would look better? Because I would like some contrast for the
I feel
church.
like you should have I think it should be mostly made out of birch, I would say, with like a stone base.
Okay, and then so for the
That's
stone,
my opinion.
most of my stone base, I do like a 2 block cobblestone. I think I'll go. Oh no, 2 block cobblestone or 2 block stone brick, but I think I'll go like the sides are gonna have be like 4 blocks of stone bricks all the way up the sides, with like some big
Hmm.
windows on both sides, and then I'll have the front with the roof frame be birch logs, probably stripped because I don't like the texture of birch very much. And
Yeah,
then I'll have some, yeah, and then I'll work it out from there. But I think that's a pretty good outline. Shall we move on to the news?
sure.
I'm going to start off by reading the 1.19.1 release candidate one because that's what we're going to be discussing mostly today. So, changes in 119.1 release candidate. Updated the categories for chat reporting. The profanity, nudity, extreme violence, or gore categories have been removed. The description for the drugs and alcohol category has been updated to someone encouraging others to partake in illegal activities. The description for harassment and bullying category has extended with multiple following uh, entries. The amount of chat context sent with each chat report. Technical changes in 119.1 release candidate 1. The run command click event for text components no longer supports sending chat messages directly. Only commands are supported, so commands such as /say should be used instead. This means values will now always need a slash prefixed. I don't know what that means.
I don't know either.
There are multiple bugs. Ally doesn't ignore when mob briefing is sent to false. Bedrock not generating on the new blending border between old and new blending. That's about it. Um, so from just reading that, I don't see much controversy, but that's obviously there's been more that I haven't covered in the release candidates and the rest of 119, but from that, bug changes are always needed. I think for the mob griefing, I think there should be a passive mob griefing and a hostile mob griefing because an ally doing ally, how's it pronounced? Ally, ally,
I say ally
ally. Okay,
or the allay.
ally, ally. That's how I'm gonna say it. That's a lot different. So I can
Allay.
differentiate better. The LA
Yeah.
mob griefing is very different from a gas blowing up your build or something. So I think there should be two separate commands or some mob griefing.
Well, what other passive mobs have griefing?
Sheep eating grass is griefing. Um,
Yeah,
Things
but
like
that
that.
doesn't really affect too much.
Yeah, but they can't regrow wool without eating.
True.
So like if you just want to turn that off, your sheep can't grow wool. I don't think, unless there's a randomized uh, mechanic.
Yeah, true.
So I think that should happen. And that's about it for this one. Not a very big one. Probably getting close to the release if they go through with that. So do you have an opinion? So let's get to the main topic here. So the chat reporting feature. Did you do the reading I sent you?
Just a second, you're lagging. Can you repeat that?
Oh, sorry. So the chat reporting features in 119.1. Do you have an opinion? And we're back. Sorry, had an interruption, but can you continue on with what you're saying, William?
I was saying that the whole reporting feature could be very useful if done properly, because it can, especially playing with like strangers and someone is just being downright disrespectful and mean in the comments for no reason or in the chat for no reason, then reporting them and possibly getting them banned could be more beneficial for you because it could mean that you have more fun playing the game. However, it can also be abused, especially if it's not a human actually taking a look at every report. You know, like if it's not someone reviewing every report.
Yeah, so this is not my main opinion. I'm assuming you have more, or if not, but just to bounce off that, I saw a thing like, what if like you be someone gets stuck somewheres or accidentally has an accident, and the only way out of it is to kill themselves and respawn, and they just type in the chat, "Go kill yourself." Is like a bot gonna be like, "Oh, this is telling you to commit suicide," and ban you when like it's just a part of the game?
Hmm.
So I think there's got to be a lot of
Yeah,
context. Like obviously that's a simplified version, but there's more complex issues than that.
yeah,
But
that's a problem definitely.
yeah. So do you have more to say?
Not really.
Okay.
Like
So
it can be useful, but at the same time, it could be very, very useful.
yeah, harmful.
That's my opinion.
Yeah, so I'd say I'm probably more on the this is more bad. I understand it could be good, but I have a few major opinions that why I think it's bad. One is Mojang is very open normally about their updates. Like I've seen almost nothing about them talking about this online. Normally it's just this is happening and it seems like people complaining are talking into a black hole. When normally Mojang,
Hmm.
takes into consideration the opinions of the fan or of the community. So I wonder if this is like Microsoft talking and less Mojang. Um, the
Hmm.
other thing I've got is they keep saying it'll be human run when I feel like that is highly unlikely. One, because Minecraft is a global game. Are they gonna be
Yeah,
able
it'd be
to?
you need one heck of a team for it to be human run.
There's gonna have to hire a lot of people, and some of them might
Hmm.
not. They're a lot of people means a lot of money. Are they gonna spend the money to get qualified moderators? Maybe.
Yeah, it would just
Are
be
they going to
easier
take the
for them
time to
to
train them? Are these people
create
going
an
to know
AI.
Minecraft and know the situations? And the other is, are if
Hmm.
not, are they going to realize that this is way too difficult and just going to resort to a, computer?
Yeah.
Um,
Well,
Another
I
reason
think
that,
if anything for it to be human run, it would be volunteers.
yeah, but like most communities in Minecraft have had volunteer moderators for the last 10 years.
Hmm.
So yeah, why and now so that's very localized. Like our realm is here. Like I know Bedrock already has a system and we haven't really run into it except for the few times I have said certain words on chat.
Yeah, where like it kind of just turns them all into asterisks, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
where it just censors certain
none of
words.
us report or anything on there. I don't know if I've found a reporting system, but none of us do that. But
I think
like
you can
our
report.
situation in Prairie Canada and our culture and how we talk is going to be different from someone like in India or in Europe or
Hmm.
South America. Why are they going to have a global system when languages change, when cultures change, when each community can have their own moderator to look at the context of what's going on and
Definitely, yeah.
stuff. Um I'm gonna take some things from also. I've been reading some comments from Exuma Void's an honest conversation video. I thought some people had some good opinions there. A lot of people, like, he had an opinion. Most YouTubers and public figures are in favor because they have the same opinion of it's for kids, which
Mhm.
I very much understand, but I also am more on the other side. It also seems like they're just, you know, as I said before, they just keep pushing it, and it seems like it's got a lot of flaws that they haven't considered or aren't considering.
Mhm.
Um, and yeah, the biggest opinion is Mojang isn't, being honest about this. People are a little offended, especially with all the
Yeah.
controversies that I talked about in the last episode about the updates and things not getting talked about.
So
And
I am
yeah,
I am currently on Zuma's video that you mentioned,
mm-hmm.
scrolling through the comments, and one person here makes a great point that the largest issue for them as a server owner is that they don't have the chance to turn it off.
Yes,
That
like
no
it.
matter what, it's going to be on, even if it's like a server for adults.
Yeah,
You know, like it's an all adult server and it still can't be turned off.
like I don't swear, but like if the server is all adults, I'm not going to be terribly offended if someone
Yeah.
does, even though I don't think they should be. I don't think that should be something that should be told that you are banned for that. Um,
Mhm.
uh, and like, I can't form it into words, but I have an opinion. Yeah, so like they've been doing this all by themselves for so many years, and now all of a sudden it's being changed. They can't edit it. They can't, you know, do any. The moderators, I mean, of these servers. Also, I
Mhm.
know Mojang owns Minecraft, but they don't like the servers are paid for by these server owners, and yet they, can't even control the basic thing of who is on them, and
Yeah.
they're paying for it. If they, are fine with someone doing something, then I guess like public servers, could definitely use this system, like the featured servers. They're being featured,
Yeah,
Mojang,
like
do what you want.
Mineplex and Lifeboat, and
Yeah,
they could all
those
use
ones.
this because
And
those are
also,
open to everybody, no matter what, easily accessible.
I don't know if this is accurate, but I saw someone say that you can, if you're banned, you can't even go onto like, your friend's multiplayer world, which is,
Really, that
it's a
that
completely
seems a
private
little too
world.
far.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a privately owned, privately run world. It's not like an open server.
Yeah. It's
That would really suck
I'm assuming you can still get onto your own private worlds, but
if
it's
they
still,
didn't, then that's
yeah.
definitely pushing it a
And
couple
like
miles.
eventually once they have bots running this, which I am very confident will eventually happen, um
Mhm.
what's what happens if a ban is wrong? Can like I know they say you can appeal it, but this is a big system. There's going to be a lot of bans.
It is.
How are they going to filter through
Okay,
the ones
can
that are
I just
just
ask a question? Is it like so? It's always going to be checking no matter what. It's not like a player reports another player and then they check it. They're always checking, right?
I am not quite sure. I'm fairly certain it's a report. So like if no one reports, it's not going to be an issue. But
Okay.
I think that's how it
Okay.
works.
That's what I
But
thought.
like an opinion I've seen is what happens if you get someone who's just report happy, like, oh, this person, told me that I, suck at Minecraft because they beat me in a PvP duel. I'm going to report them, which isn't a reason to report.
Yeah.
And then
That's where it can get dicey and even dangerous to try and
or
play, because
people
then
make
you might get
bots
banned
to
for.
make algorithm and bots that'll just
Mhm.
send in thousands of reports like to people they want to
Mhm.
ban, or like YouTubers, streamers, people who are famous might
But
oh,
at the
someone's
same
on
time,
this
if you
server, ban
report,
them.
yeah, like if you report, then you are liable for that report. If that report is false, then that's on you.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, like, if
You know,
yeah, the one guy who gets report happy might that, but like a bot
get what he
sending in
deserves.
thousands of report isn't going to be able to be moderated by a human.
Yeah.
And even if just one of them thousands slips through the fingers, that's still someone who's been banned wrongly.
Hmm.
This
This
is
is
an opinion I normally use for like criminal justice and stuff, but I'd rather have 10 guilty people go free than one innocent person
innocent.
serve time
Yeah.
for something they didn't do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Because this can get out of hand very fast. Same
yeah,
with internet, man.
I think this is something Minecraft could use. I think it's being done in the wrong way with some wrong. I think there should be, a way to turn it off for server owners and
Hmm.
certain things. I hope Mojang, listens to the community and makes some good changes. Obviously, there are some people who want it gone in entirely, and some people who want it gone so they can be, mean and
Hmm.
stuff.
Do whatever they want without consequence.
Yeah. Actually, I'm reading from that video, one of the comments, and I thought this is a good one. It says, a player can currently write, "You're a dick" on a sign, and player B can respond in chat, "No, you're a dick," and the sign will not be taken into context. Like that, you probably wouldn't get banned for that,
Yeah.
but things like that, because how often I put down a sign, write something, and then someone else responds in
We do
chat?
that very often on our server. On the realm, we do that
Yeah,
very often.
especially because for some reason
Like
my
that's
chat wasn't
mainly
working with
how
you at
I.
first, and things like that.
Yeah, I think that's. Okay. A little bit of a side tangent. I'm pretty sure the chat doesn't work unless both people have each other friended.
That would make sense. I'm gonna have to
Because like
friend Tyler.
I can now message you and Thin Desert, but I can't do Yoda T Rex.
Thank you. I was so confused.
So I'm pretty sure that's the issue. Because I think for the first while, you didn't have me friended.
Yeah, that's probably was
I
it.
think that was the problem.
So I think.
Continuing on
Oh,
the main
so
topic.
do you have any other things you want to say?
I don't think so.
Sorry about my notifications. So that's gonna be it. Thank you everyone to listening to the Sandbox Recap, where we recapped what's going on in Minecraft and our Minecraft lives. Currently, the podcast is on Google Podcasts, YouTube, and Spotify. I am still trying to get it up onto iTunes. It's a little complicated because I don't have an iTunes account, but I'm making one. And so, yeah, thanks for listening. Tell your friends because that'll share the podcast because we have a very small fan base, if there is one currently. But thank you.
Powered by Riverside FM.